Hey y'all, what's up? And welcome to another edition of Play No Games. I am your host, DragonFly Jonez, and this week we're gonna hit the sticks and play video games with some friends and some new faces. First up, my main guy, my boy, my personal #1 overall pick, Jethro Jenkins. What's going on, bro?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling. Finna get whooped real quick, but we all right though.
All right, and joining us on the show, the man who is going to be whipping my boy Jethro is one of the best young players in college basketball and a projected lottery pick in this year's draft. Welcome to the show, Aaron Nesmith. Aaron, what's going on, brother?
How we doing? Thanks for having me.
Aaron, man, I know you're in draft mode and you're probably going to hit me with the, whatever team will have me, I'll be happy to play for. But have you been paying attention to like the draft boards, and are there some teams that you are hoping that you wind up on? You don't have to say names.
I do. I got to give the generic answer, though.
Yeah, I get it, man. I get it, though.
I want to play for whoever wants me, whoever believes in me, and whoever's going to help me become a better basketball player.
And for people who might not know, you're from South Carolina, right? Class of 2018. When people hear South Carolina high school class of 2018, there's a name that comes to mind there with a lot of folks, right? Right? Yeah. Zion Williamson, of course. So, what's you and Zion's dynamic if y'all have one? Are y'all buddies? Have y'all ever crossed paths on the court or off the court? Or?
I played him every year in high school, starting my sophomore year. So I played him the last 3 years.
What was the record in those matches?
We won 2-1.
Okay.
So we beat him 2 out of the 3 times.
And this season was Jerry Stackhouse's first season coaching you guys. How was it like having Coach Stack, man?
That was awesome. It was like a dream come true. Give me that back. A player like Coach Stackhouse to come and coach me in my sophomore year. He played 18 years in the league where I was trying to go to.
Had a 29-point game season season 2.
Yeah, and then I didn't know. And see, when he got the job, I didn't know he was that good. Like I knew his
Stack
name.
Was a dog. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew his name. I knew he played in the NBA for 18 years. I knew he was the man, and I thought it was just perfect to learn from a guy who got buckets.
Sure. You still getting buckets?
Yeah, when he played, he always got some buckets. Yeah, he'd have his moments.
When you first met Stack, I think y'all got into a shooting competition. Is that when you realized how good he actually was?
I always knew he was good. But he can't shoot with me. He can't shoot with me.
I love it.
Has Coach Stack been kind of helping you with this adjustment to get ready for the NBA? Any points he giving you?
He pretty much prepped me the entire season. So the entire season was pretty much him getting me ready for the next level. So
Gotcha.
That was also something that I was very appreciative of.
And there was an understanding, coming into your sophomore season that was it between you and Coach Stack?
Like going into my sophomore season, that was definitely the goal, to play well enough to where I can go achieve the dream and play at the highest level.
Kevin Durant said this week on a podcast that wings win championships, which is true if you look at the recent history of all the recent champs. What do you think of that? And what do you think you bring to the wing position in the NBA?
In my opinion, defense wins games, and that's something I think I can help a team from day one. And also my ability to just spread the floor from the wing, let the creators create and help make them knock down shots and make space.
Well, what's your approach to defense? Like, are you someone who kind of does chatter? Are you someone who, a silent assassin out there? Like, what's your thing?
I don't usually start the conversation, but I'll finish it.
This is my type of guy right there, man.
And then I think defense is all about effort. So, I think anybody can play defense to an extent, but the real good ones are the ones who give the most effort and love playing it. I'd rather block a shot than dunk on somebody personally.
But you're so nice off the court. On the court, you seem you just a killer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just turn it on like that. It's just once you cross that 90 foot, you know what I'm saying? It just switches on.
I love to win. I'll do whatever it takes to win.
Hey, you're talking about defense. I know in high school you had a game when you held one of the best players in the state to 0 points. He hit 4 free throws after you were out. Y'all up by like 20 or 30, and you were legit mad. Where'd you get that competitive nature from?
Well, he was on my AAU team, so
okay.
It was a little bit more personal too.
Okay.
25-0, came in halftime, came in yellow like they still get nothing, and he came out and scored his 4 points, and I was pissed.
Being a student of the game that you are, like, who's the guy in the NBA that you look at like, man, I would have my work cut out if I had to guard that dude? Like, who's somebody who just kind of blows you away with, their bag and their moves?
Definitely Kevin Durant and James Harden, for sure.
Yeah, can't do anything with those guys, man.
Yeah. Kevin Durant is it's absurd.
Yeah, a 7'2" guard. Like, we've never seen anything like it, right?
And then James Harden, just the way he's able to score is ridiculous. It's unstoppable.
Who are the players that you idolized growing up? Like, guys that you modeled your game after when you were 10, 11 years old?
Dwayne Wade was my favorite player growing up. I was a big Dwayne Wade fan before they got LeBron James. So can't say I hopped on the bandwagon.
Well, I was going to say, as a LeBron fan, I hop on the bandwagon.
Oh, I'm hopping on every bandwagon.
I hop on the bandwagon like on average every 3 or 4 seasons.
Right. Where we going next, Bron?
And Aaron, you say you're trying to step your pick and roll game up. Like, who is the top point guard who you think would be your dream pick and roll point guard?
Definitely Chris Paul.
That's who I would. That was all. Yeah. He's one of the best pick and roll point guards I've ever seen.
I think it's him and Stockton. Also, I would say he's also very underrated, especially like today.
He is. He is like
he's older. He's an older player, but I think he's still just as good.
One of the guys who's been showing out is MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. Hooping, and he didn't have a lot of college experience under his belt. You know what I mean? So, do you think that you can do the same type of thing and without a ton of college experience and still adapt well to the league?
Especially with like my body type and everything, I think I am very NBA ready for my day one.
For sure.
Body wise.
All right, thanks again to our guests for joining us. My dog Jethro, my dog Aaron Nesmith. I'm your host, DragonFly Jonez. This has been another round of Play No Games. We will catch you guys next time.
It's somehow August right now. Everything is completely out of whack in comparison to this time last year, and understandably so. But for those of us who follow the NBA religiously, this is usually the time we are just ending our 24/7, 100% focus of the off-season news from the league. While on-the-court play dominates conversation during most of the calendar, who are we kidding? This is usually when it gets weird. The evolution of social media has enabled fans to become front office insiders by picking up clues of players' imminent decisions through comments and, let's just say, innocent timeline activity. Most of the time, it's a complete overreaction facilitated by people such as myself who have nothing better to do than create something out of nothing. But occasionally, the players make it easy. Where there's smoke in the NBA, there's usually fire right behind it. Like the time the Clippers kidnapped DeAndre Jordan in his own home to keep him from signing with the Mavericks. Allegedly, Mark Cuban was driving around the city looking for him, which gave birth to the emoji subtweet. Or when Cavs fans tracked Dan Gilbert's plane to Florida right before LeBron returned home to Cleveland, just to repeat the process 4 years later before he signed with the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins reminding us when the grass is cut, the snakes will show. And how could we forget Kevin Durant stunning the world with his move to the Golden State Warriors, highlighted by Russell Westbrook turning their famous cupcake inside joke against him, only to have it shot back right in his face 1 month later. Sometimes the players wear it like a sign around their necks. All you have to do is look. Then there's the Inside Circle leaks, headlined by Scissorhands, Oklahoma City's most famous barber, and cuffs the legend with LeBron James. With the restart in Orlando, and then a quick turnaround at season's end before the 2021 campaign is scheduled to launch, all of these great free agency moments will likely cease to exist for the foreseeable future. This is an ode to the NBA summer. Gone for now, but never forgotten.
6 threes by Paul George. 4-second difference. LeBron on the fly. Got his own miss and puts it up and in. LeBron James gives the Lakers the lead.
What up, everyone? Welcome to Courtside Access. I'm Metta World Peace, and I'm talking with none other than a Bone Collector, a certified street ball legend who's seen more broken ankles in the back of an ambulance. Making his name in New York's Rucker Park, Jonez played against some of the baddest to ever step on the court, including yours truly. And today we're going to talk about how he found himself as a mainstay on the internet. Bone, what's good?
I appreciate that intro because being a street ball player, you know, you kind of get this weird energy. Am I professional? Am I street? I got a chance to meet you back in those early 2000s. You showed me how I could do both. That bridged the gap for me years ago, and I'm just thankful that I'm able to continue to push forward at my age.
So, Bone, do you remember when the two of us played against one another at the Rucker Park?
Of course I do. I'll never forget that day. You guys had a different kind of team. Like, you had scorers, you had bigs, it was too much going on, and we couldn't figure out how to stop you because we thought you were a big man, to be honest. We thinking you were some aggressive post animal, mid-range animal, but you didn't even play like that outside. I learned you can do two things at once. Like, I could go play down by the books, but you want to get dirty and gritty, we could do all that.
I mean, when you was playing at the Rucker, how do you explain to people, right, how the Rucker was?
How can you? Let me see. Imagine playing 5-on-5 at Coachella.
All basketball fans.
All basketball fans screaming their heads off. But Rucker was way different because first you couldn't see in the park. So you don't know who's playing. Automatically gives this energy like, what's going on? You look in the crowd, you see Eve, Mace, DMX. They're just sitting randomly with their friends. It doesn't seem Hollywood. It seems like it's comfortable. It's literally like being at a family cookout. They're giving you that energy to make sure you perform.
Well, basketball, just time flies. And I remember you just being in super shape, having that bop, and I think you even bopped me on the wing one time on the left wing. Can you recall how exactly you got the name Bone Collector?
So a good friend of mine, his name is David Seals. They call him the Enigma in Rucker. We went to like 4 or 5 different tournaments. We went to Gun Hill. We went to West Fork. We went to Chelsea Piers. They had the little tournament down there. So we got to play in all these gyms. We got to play against all these people. They was telling me like every gym I go in, somebody's falling or getting hurt or something. He called me at 3 in the morning. He's like, you making people fall every day. They need to call you the Bone Collector. So it just kept going on and carrying the torch ever since, carrying that legacy, that name.
I mean, street ball is so important to us, even though you really took your career to the next level. Because I remember you being just a street ball player, and now you're a brand, and you're keeping up with today's trends, which is like hard to do. How are you?
My preparation starts in the mind first. I was always a big fan of Bruce Lee when I was young. And one thing I noticed is he was big on, you can't perfect it, but you can practice perfection. You can condition your mind to do whatever you'd like it to do, as long as your mind is prepared. Message for the kids out there, you don't have to grow up and be somebody. You're already born somebody. You just have to put that work in and prepare yourself for what you want.
Very special, you know, how you play the game. And talk a little bit about your collaborations with other, you know, influencers or other athletes and things like that.
I like to collaborate with people like yourself, other NBA influencers, Jason Williams, Nate Robinson, Professor, Hot Sauce, gamers, skateboarders, James Harden, all these guys. Our collaborations start from teaching the game the right way. So you can teach defense easily, but it's hard to teach the person how to score. You see, the balance is off. People want to do the other thing now. They want to play offense so much that the defense is only like a couple good defenders in the league now. We want to be entertained as athletes. We also want to see our heroes challenged. We didn't want to see Kobe not go against Iverson. We didn't want to see Jordan not go against Magic. So my collaborations now include the community of something strong where we're not individually picking out who's the best and worst. We're just giving people an opportunity to have every opportunity to be better. So that's how I want to keep everything flowing for the future.
Hey, thanks so much, Bone Collector, for being a guest and giving us courtside access to you. You got anything else you want to say to the people?
During these times, guys, take this time to get closer to your spirit so you know how to live your life from this point on, because it won't feel good until you're okay inside. I have children, so this message is mostly for the kids that follow me. Use this time to hone your craft here.
Absolutely. Bone Collector, I'm Metta World Peace, and we'll see you next time.
Well, that does it here for this episode of Work From Home. Hey, if you dig the show, be sure to like and subscribe. We want to keep doing this for y'all. If you have any thoughts or reactions, leave them in the comments. We want to hear from you too. I'm your loyal host, DragonFly Jonez. Feel free to hit me up on Twitter. You know where to find me there. Until next time, stay safe, y'all. This was Work From Home.